Hello, friend. How do you do today? I hope you're doing well. Today we have a very exciting project. Many moons ago, over 10 years ago, I had created everything I needed to do multiple color silk screening. But at the time, I was moving and I needed to get rid of all the stuff, so I gave it to my friend Ken. It was a little bit of an investment. I was happy to give it to my friend, and he made some cool t-shirts and stuff with it. Now I have new ideas that I would like to use silk screening for. What I did was I went out, I got myself a yard of silk screen fabric. I also got myself some speedball photo emulsion so I can draw on a transparency. I got some black ink. Other than that, I could do everything myself. Before we can do anything, we needed to make a frame. So this is kind of like a picture frame, except if you can see here, there is a gap. The idea I have for this is to create 8x10 prints where the color is done with airbrush in the areas that it's supposed to be done in, and then black image will be screened over it to pull the whole thing together. None of that's done yet, but that's what we'll be doing here. Will it turn out cool? I certainly hope so. I've got positivity and patience, and those are two things that are really helpful when you're trying new things. First, one of the things that's held me back doing this is the initial investment costs around $50. It's always risky. You never know if you're going to make it back, if your ideas are going to be good, you're going to waste things, but it was time to try again. Here I've got my frame. I'm going to flip it around. I've got my silkscreen material. Now, normally, I need to attach the screen material to the frame. Now, what I've seen other people do is they use a piece of rubber rope and they do it all in a circle. But I do not have rubber rope. What I do have is these wooden shish kebab sticks. So I will push that in between the fabric and the little gutters I've made, and hopefully that'll make a tight seal. I do remember this being my least favorite part of the project. And I forget how I did it. There's a screen printing place right down the street from here that I really wanted to get a job at to learn more about this, but they were not hiring. Oh well. So I'm gonna go cut the extra fabric away. Oops. And while being careful not to cut the other side. Remember I did that before. Years ago. Patience, Daniel's son, patience. Look at our pretty screen. Far from perfect. You gotta give yourself some leeway in this life. You know, we're never gonna be able to do anything perfect the first time. Just keep at it. We'll figure it out. Now, we need a place that's ventilated, that has a fan, to help our newly emulsioned screen dry in the dark. And the bright idea that I had was to use a box. As luck would have it, I had a small fan lying around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a place to plop the fan in, and then make sure that's nice and dark. Well, dusty, but that should work. The fan wasn't working so great initially, so I had to take it apart and see how it worked. In the end, it worked out fine. So now I have a little fan that'll plop right in here, and it'll help dry my silkscreen a little bit faster. In the future, I'd like to build a box to dry screens in. Baby steps. Baby steps. I feel good. I feel good. Now our piece needs to be elevated. Face down. Oh, I'm sure just a couple of pieces of wood would do just fine. These two pieces of scrap wood would work perfectly for that. Fantastic. Now it is time to activate our emulsion. It is a two-part solution. There's a sensitizer that you need to mix a half a bottle of cold water. Mix it up and then you add it to this stuff. They say wear gloves because this is poison and it will instantly kill you if you touch it. And I don't want to die before I finish this video. Take off the child safety seal so you know no one's tampered with your aspirin. Oh, hello. Now to try to fill it up halfway. Now I am to mix these two together. Stuff costs $35. I'll do my best not to waste any of it. So it says it'll keep up to 4 months if I refrigerate it. So I'll put a date on here. May? What is today? January 15th. Let's make an emulsion spreader. We are now ready to coat our silkscreen in photo emulsion. I'll be putting it in our special box right afterwards. Thankfully, this does not need to be done in the dark. So, here we have our emulsion. We have our emulsion spreader. Maybe I should put something down. Hope this works. Now we put our emulsion in our emulsion spreader. Pretty. Get a nice even coat going there. Okay, and let's do side one of our screen. Well, that's a nice thin coat. There's a drip there, can't have that. That's not good. Oh dear. Well, let's flip it over to the other side. Oh Jesus. Some people can do this beautifully, but I cannot. Put the excess stuff back in here. Now we're going to bring our screen over to here. Face down in the box. Sorry, I don't have a good shot of this. Put the top down. Put our fan on the top. Turn the fan on. Put a box over that so no light gets through. And whammo. I think we've done it. Save as much of this emulsion as I can. This is pricey. Well, now it's time to move on to the artwork. So that's fun.